Headed down the San Jose Channel now, northbound. Just a light 1 foot chop, a few little wind whitecaps. Very comfortable ride, about 18 knots of wind. But that factors in our speed, more closer to 12 or so knots of wind. It tends to apparently be what's the right word?
Accentuated.
Accentuated in this San Jose Channel in the narrow spots. So we'll clear out of the San Jose Channel today. That's all we know so far. One thing Rosie and I have to figure out over the next couple hours is where exactly are we going. So one option is El Gato. Gato means cat in Spanish. We know that word. And apparently that used to be the home of some pumas, which are no longer there, so thus the cat anchorage.
And Timbabiche or something like that?
Timbabiche, however, we don't know how you say it, right? Is another option. So anyway, we're off cruising, and one of the things we do have to figure out before we stop is where exactly are we stopping? But we have time to figure that out, so no rush. Right now we'll just enjoy the beautiful Sea of Cortez cruising. As we cruise along this morning, one thing I've kind of observed up here at the radio is that if you've watched all our videos, you know we did I called them a tech talk a long time ago when we were up in Alaska on VHF radio range, and we switched antennas and cabling and went to a commercial grade antenna. I'm not going to get into all those great details because there's a whole video on that. It's our highest antenna up there in our antenna tree, is what I call that area up there, all those big antennas. But instead of a standard VHF antenna, it's a commercial antenna. It's the same one that virtually every fishing boat in Alaska had on it, which is where we got the idea to do the upgrade. And here we really notice it. We are right at 50 nautical miles from La Paz, and the radio is full of boats calling the marinas in La Paz. We can hear them loud and clear from 50 nautical miles away on the radio. Not that we ever need to talk to anyone 50 miles away, but if we needed to, it would be nice to know, or it is nice to know that we can.
We're getting close to the north end of the San Jose Channel and San Jose Island, and on the Baja side is the little town of Napolo, which looks really kind of cute. There's a little bay here with a few homes. Couple homes, I guess. And then the town is nestled in right back there. And they're just kind of in a little beach that is protected by this huge bluff for northerly weather. And it's only accessible by boat, as you can imagine. But this is the little town of Napolo. We're going to cruise on by and continue our journey north.
As we continue to cruise north, there is the end of San Jose Island, Isla San Jose. And look at the water conditions, exactly as forecasted in Predict Wind. As we got to the end of this island, it creates a kind of a funnel. The wind has died off to like 3 knots. With a completely flat seas. And we're trying to scooting up along the shore. I think we've come up with a destination. Timbabiche is the name of the next anchorage along sandy white beach. Just 3 miles from El Gato. But I think that's going to be our destination for today. I don't know how much further it is. I don't know, hour and a half or something like that. We'll know when we get there.
There's the point that the town of Napolo is on the other side of. And look at these mountains. Or these cliffs, I guess.
Rosie's in the galley doing one of my favorite things. I think it's in the oven already though, right? Proofing?
It's proofing, yeah.
Rosie's baking some fresh bread while we
Yeah.
cruise today. A couple loaves of bread.
Yep.
They didn't have any in San Evaristo, any bread, and
right.
so we're just making some.
It's time.
As we continue to cruise along in this completely calm water, we're actually going between the mainland and Isla Habana, a guano-covered rock. It's about a mile between the rock and the shore. But what I really wanted to show you is how all this plays out on the charts. So you can see on the vector chart is about a half mile off. It looks like we're actually going to drive right through the middle of the island according to the vector chart. Our true position is over here somewhere. And then you can look on Navionics and you can see that, okay, that relationship looks pretty good. It looks like it's pretty good. Here's the island, and here's a little rock to the south of the island. But if we look out the window, there's no little rock to the south. But there is an outstanding rock. So let's go look at, hold on, Google, let it focus here, hopefully. Look at my iPhone and blow this up, this image. Well, there's the rock right there. And in fact, when we were a little further south, you could see it's actually pretty prominent, pretty tall rock, and we'll see it again later. So this is good. A picture is worth 1,000 words, right? Certainly better than this chart, and even more accurate than this chart. Also note here, while it has our position generally right, no charted depths. Some charted depths here, wonder how accurate those are given the land's a half mile off. But we're paying attention. We're in 70 feet of water, cruising along between here. Continuing north about 8 miles or a little more than an hour from Timbabiche, I think is how you say it, our planned destination. Let's look at our different charts and how this anchorage looks. First, the vector chart. That's it. And we already know it's about a half mile off, so no help there. Now let's take a look at Navionics. Here it is on Navionics, and there is an active captain, so definitely better. And now the cruising book, the Sea of Cortez, the cruiser's guide that we use, by Sean Breeding and Heather Bansmere. And here's how it looks here. So pretty good. Just have to watch out for this rock way out here offshore.
All right, well, we finished the first rise, and we're going to try it again here. Punch it down.
So you punch it down, and then you
Yeah.
wind it up and put it in the pans,
That's the plan.
and then it rises for another hour.
Yep.
All right, we'll check back in an hour and see how it's looking. We're using a little bit of dated yeast. Didn't think about that one.
Nope.
Oh well. That's our biggest drama. We're doing pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
As we're close to the anchorage, I thought another chart difference I would point out to you. Here we are going by Negra Rock. And it actually appears to be pretty closely on the vector charts where it says it is. Not the half mile off that we were before, but according to the vector chart, we are currently in 139 feet of water, approximately, according to Navionics. We're in about 55 feet of water, And in reality, we are in 918 feet of water.
We are in Bahia San Carlos, approaching Timbabiche, the town, and the anchorage is just at the north end of this long beach. So we're going to find our way up here and see where we can anchor.
Fresh bread on Sea Venture. All done. Looking great.